Sup nerds, I'm CuppaJoey and welcome back to another episode of r/antimlm. Because why be a slave to the 9 to 5 grind when you can be your own boss working 24/7 at a loss? Let's have a look. If anyone out there is looking for a part-time evening and weekend job, PM me, it's with a great company. And this is what we call a red flag if they say it's with a great company, but don't mention the name of the company, then it might not be such a great company after all. That's the thing. Okay, so let's say that there was a company that was known specifically for fair trade, for, giving rights back to people. Let's say that there was a company that was like non-profit solely, without a great big rich CEO at the top, purely for helping people. You would say it's for the helping people company. You wouldn't say it's for like the mysterious, but like definitely awesome and definitely super cool company. But you should listen to me, what I have to say about them. Don't Google them. Don't Google this freaking company. That's why I'm not telling you the name. I don't want you to look it up. Don't look it up. Just ask me. Just ask me. I'll tell you about it. You can trust me. It's fine, I swear. Back when we were just dating. These last 2 years with you have been fast and a lot has happened. I have been blessed to say I make 2 full incomes, being a nurse and then working off my smartphone. I couldn't be more blessed to have said yes and accepted this opportunity. If you have been watching and wanting to know more and possibly make an income as well, now is perfect. Text me at this number that's been blocked out by Rand. Oh, there's a few things that are pretty freaking grim about this post, and it isn't just the obscene random switching of fonts. You can tell that what they did is they went into Google and like search for super cool fonts to copy and paste. Thought, oh yeah, this will be really freaking eye-catching. It won't make me look unprofessional, amateur, like I'm a freaking 12-year-old at all. But also the fact that this person is a nurse. That's okay, so to be honest, I don't know if they are a nurse or they're somebody that just works in the healthcare industry and says they're a nurse. Because, and this is going to sound so bad, but I feel like nurses would be just a little bit smarter than this, not to be too judgy, but But yeah, they go on about how amazing the opportunity is, but not exactly how she got there. Just, I accepted this opportunity, and now everything's great. And talking about 2 incomes, not how much she's actually making from them, and how much work she's putting in, and how much money she's sacrificing for it. And that's the thing, they rarely disclose their actual income, they just talk about having one. That's like a magical number you'll never freaking know, mainly because it's in the minuses. Need to find me an Herbalife rep. Not to buy from, just to make sure I blocked them all. This is a level of petty I absolutely adore. I've seen so many where they go, if you're running an MLM, drop your link below, and then it's just to make sure that they're blocked from all the marketplace groups. I absolutely love that. Also, just random off-topic linguistic thing here, because I love words, okay. I would pronounce that as Herbalife. And it does interest me that in some but not all American accents, the H in herb is dropped. But not only is it dropped, but the dropped H is actually seen as a more correct pronunciation, and the H an incorrect pronunciation, even though over here in the UK, unless you're just kind of dropping H's willy-nilly like sometimes we do, we would definitely say Herbalife. And even if you do, you would say a Herbalife. You would like her, but you wouldn't say an. The fact that they wrote an shows that they're dropping the H. I'm so sorry. I know that this is r/antimlm, but I go off into these little language tangents all the time because I find it so interesting. I'm sorry. Rick and Morty, Lonely Jerry and the Multi-Dimensional Sales Opportunity Part 1, yes! Oh my goodness, this is beautiful. I absolutely love Rick and Morty. It's genuinely, I think it's one of the best, one of the best comedy shows on telly at the moment. I really enjoy it. And yes, you can see they've all got forced smiles and everything. Oh my goodness, I really look forward to this coming out. Like, it is... Is a new season out? Oh no, this is just a cartoon. Oh no, I mean the comic. Oh, because I thought that it was a a new episode. I was like, oh my god, this is gonna be great. When's this out? But no, it's a comic. But still, it looks like it would be quite good to read. I might see if I can find this one. This is just the 4 smiles. They all look so dead inside. Like, I mean, Jerry always looks freaking dead inside. But you know, the aliens around him. This is great. 2020 has been mentally, emotionally, and spiritually exhausting. For me, due to my work, it's not an option for me to not be on social media. It's taking a huge toll. I'm tired of the news, the movements, the causes. Let's just rest. Oh, well, number 1, this shows a lot of privilege if you are tired of the movements and the causes. If you are just getting sick of hearing about Black Lives Matter, for example, imagine how black people feel about, you know, going out to the shop, say, and then not being entirely sure if they're going to come home alive because of corruption. You know, like, it could be a bit worse. But, you know, privilege and all that sort of stuff aside, like, this is kind of the point, you know, that whole kind of, oh, I don't do the 9 to 5 grind. I just work when I want because I'm a boss babe. You know, it's like, well, if you're absolutely exhausted and you're like forcing yourself to go into places that aren't good for your mental health, then, you know, maybe this isn't as good a job as you were expecting. Watched Mummy Lorian do her naily nails today. She uses something called colouring sheets. What? Oh, Colour Street. Ha ha ha. Sorries, I asked if it hurts. Well, guess what, friends? It does not. It's like a sticky sticker, and we know how I feel about those. Well, I think that this is an abomination, personally. Oh, God. It's patriotic as well, which means that it's worse. I mean, we all know that Colour Street isn't as good as, you know, 50p freaking bottle of nail varnish that you can get at any really cheap chemist. But, well, when I showed this to my partner, she liked it, didn't you, love?
Yes, it's very cute. I have a Baby Yoda and I went to do that with him.
Yeah, so I'm now going to end up coming home one day to find our Baby Yoda pretty fine, but which is fine as long as you don't use crappy MLM products in order to do it. That's fine with me.
Just Poundland.
Yeah, just Poundland products. You know, we want him to be a classy guy. Now, this next story absolutely fueled my inner pettiness. There's so much about it that I enjoy. So the headline of the article is from citypages.com. It says, Mary Kay drops woman taking down Black Lives Matter sign in northern Minnesota. Now, if you pay attention to my channel before, you will know that I am definitely a big supporter of Black Lives Matter. I'm not going to lecture you as to why, because I'm just a pasty white guy. If you want to hear more about Black Lives Matter, then I definitely suggest that you go and find black YouTubers who will have more insight into the situation than I can give. But it shows that, like, even Mary Kay, even Mary Kay, who is so unethical in its business practices, recognizes that Black Lives Matter and that this racist woman isn't someone that they want working for their company. So, you know, if you think that somebody is unethical, well, a company as unethical as Mary Kay is dropping you, then you know, out of ethics, then you've really got to sort of examine yourself. But that isn't even the best part of this whole story. The best part is that it says, the golden rule, respect and making others feel important, are the founding values here at Mary Kay. The cosmetics pyramid scheme says, absolutely, you know, no bars, no way of saying multi-level marketing or anything like that. Just, yeah, they're a pyramid scheme. And then let's face it, let's not look at loopholes. They're a freaking pyramid scheme. That's the problem. That's why MLMs are inherently so problematic in the first place, is because they are a pyramid scheme. It's about making money from the potential to make money as opposed to work. But, like, in all honesty, when you look at how unethical Mary Kay and other pyramid schemes are, I don't think that in actuality they would have really cared about the whole Black Lives Matter thing. I think that, I don't think that they would have cared about the sign being taken down by one of their representatives, is what I mean. I think that they only care because it would have got attention, but also it's a way of PR for them, you know, that they have got this reputation as multi-level marketing, as unethical and all that, whereas if they go, hey look, we got rid of this particular racist because we care about people, or we care about, you know, racism in society, we're trying to do a good thing, that makes them look good. So I love that, you know, that this particular news, well, City Pages, I'm not too sure about what they're like in terms of a news source, so I can't really comment as to whether they're good or bad or anything like that, but I do really like the fact that, you know, throughout this clear PR management trying to make themselves look good and clearly, you know, hopping on Black Lives Matter in order to try and sell their product, they just call them a pyramid scheme and, you know, completely take down any, oh god, my voice broke there, but, you know, completely taking down any kind of look of ethics that they were trying to go for with this. What would you do if you knew you couldn't fail? Since failing is an illusion, since it comes back to choice. Choose to quit out of frustration and you then fail at that thing by default, so why not choose to succeed and keep growing no matter what? Wow, you sure took some time to write absolutely freaking nothing. This is totally meaningless. You know what makes more sense is that kid that was like, what would you do if you could so much you could do anything? You know, that kid? That made more sense than this. This is just word vomit. This is just loads of words put together. I mean, yeah, okay, I get the whole idea is that, oh, you should keep trying because if you quit, then you fail. But, like, they go about it in such a wordy, over-the-top, pretentious way. It's just, ugh. New Skin. With the purchase of every jar, New Skin donates 25 cents to the New Skin Force for good foundation for something else that I can't read because it's gone around the side. Okay, so I just looked up this exact product just because I thought, you know what, they're trying to make themselves seem good by, you know, doing the whole, look, we're donating money to charity things. So I was like, okay, let's actually have a look into this. So they're calling it the New Skin Force for Good Foundation. That is their charity. Okay, so the money is going to be going through them, and it is actually a tax write-off. So this is something that they can say that they don't have to pay tax on because it's a charitable donation as opposed to anything else. Okay, so already from a tax point of view, it's starting to make them look good, you know, in air quotes. But this is being sold for well over $30. I mean, I got the price in pounds and for some reason Swedish krona. I don't know why. But it says that it is about $30. So 25 cents for that $30 is going to be going to their charity. Now, what this charity is it says that it's for the Malawi Seeds of Hope, and that because this particular body butter happens to be inspired by African rituals, it says, again, I think this is a load of bollocks, but you know, that's what it says, because it's inspired by the rituals of Africa, they're giving money back. So I'm just thinking, how about, like, not exploiting the people that are actually, you know, harvesting the ingredients for this piece of crap product anyway? I'm so sure that there's... I mean, like, we've seen so much exploitation, okay? MLMs are naturally exploitative by nature. So I do not, you know, I've not done a lot of research into where it comes from, but I am very sure that none of this is going to be free trade, that there is potentially going to even be, like, you know, trafficked labour, which often happens with products like this. Because, you know, like, labour trafficking is a lot more common than we expect. So they are now doing the whole, look, we're giving 25p, you know, we're doing our bit. When, you know, the fact of the matter is they're nowhere near doing their bit. In fact, they're not even doing their bit, they're pretending to do their bit while they're taking away the bits that they should be doing. Most of the products your company sells are based on pseudoscience and aren't proving to do anything. God damn it, Bobby, if those Huns could read, they'd be very upset. I can't do a Hank Hill voice, I'm sorry, but I had to include this little meme, I loved it. I mean, but it's true, it is all pseudoscience, you know, like, especially with Young Living, where the guy was calling himself doctor until he was legally told he couldn't anymore. $10,000 US. These 2 checks are a visual representation of the hard work we did as a team, a visual representation of all the sacrifices made day in and day out, a visual representation of the many lives changed along the way. Oh yeah, it's nice that you got a visual representation of the money that you could have earned instead of, money from your hard work. And again, she's one of those. Oh, it's Monet again. It's Monet. Oh, of course, it's Monet again. I should have known that. But yeah, oh right, it's We Are Modern Nature. I didn't even realize that was what it stood for. I mean, all freaking MLM names are bloody terrible, like Herbalife and Unique and Rejuvenique and whatever crap they're whatever sort of Frankenstein words they're deciding to put together to create a freaking trademark. But seriously, how can you say, oh, we, worked so hard to raise $10,000, which are going right up to the CEOs, I mean, for all of that, sacrifices made day in and day out, and you're getting nothing, and then you're bus babe, and crapping on the 9-to-5 grind, which I do, I'm a 9-to-5er, but, there's a certain amount of security in there. I'm not, holding up my paycheck, this is what I could have earned, but it's going to the buses, that's just the problem. It's all hype for nothing. It's all just it preys on the idea of getting people excited, saying, oh, it's going to be great, it's going to be fantastic, and that typical kind of the juice sort of mantra that's talked about. I don't know if anybody is aware of that, but it stands for join us in creating excitement, which is where they all just freaking hype themselves up before a day of work. And work shouldn't really require you to hype yourself up immensely just to face it. Hey friends, I have 3 kittens in need of good homes. They're extremely friendly and healthy. I took them in when they got sick in the barn and they've been through a complete recovery using Young Living products. So you could say they might be the healthiest kittens you'll ever find. The grey and tabby kittens are female and the multicoloured one is male. They're so sweet, I'll miss them. Small rehoming fee to assure commitment. Healthiest kittens, eh? You see, right, this is the thing. You should never use essential oils on your pets. This is straight up animal abuse. I'll just say it. They're boasting that they have the healthiest kittens around due to the fact that they've had this treatment, but they've not actually taken them to a proper vet to make sure that they've got, their proper immunizations. I mean, for all the anti-vax nonsense that there is out there, how can you feel that way about, cats? They're not going to put mind control drugs in vaccines for cats. I mean, they're not doing that for humans anyway, but they're not going to hear that. But yeah, this is really, really damaging to cats. And in fact, I even had a look on the ASPCA website just to make sure, and yeah, it says the following. Are essential oils potentially harmful for your pets, and if so, what precautions should pet parents be taking? The answer, as we so often see, is slightly more complicated than a simple yes or no. In their concentrated form, 100%, essential oils can absolutely be a danger for pets. Dogs and cats who have either walked through oils, gotten some on their coat, or had oils placed directly on them can develop health concerns. Symptoms include unsteadiness on feet, depression, and low body temperature in severe cases. If a pet ingested concentrated essential oils, you may see vomiting, diarrhea, and depression as well. So it can literally give the kittens depression, from this mistreatment. It's so bad, and the fact that they're basically abusing animals and lying about it in an attempt to sell things. It's just absolutely abhorrent. Recruitment opportunity. Who wants to earn some extra pennies this month? Yeah, it will be pennies. You will put in so much labour and you will only get pennies if that. Most people actually make a loss, But hey, at least they're being a little more honest this time. Reese, buy some bath bombs or wax melts from me. If I wasn't broke, maybe. Get a job, you bum. I've got one. Then buy my crap, son. I mean, maybe you should be the one with a freaking job. I mean, what an awful way of I mean, this is just flagrant. I can't speak English anymore. My mouth has just gone to absolute freaking dust. But why? It's just such projection. And also the forcefulness, the whole, you need to buy this. No, I haven't got much money. Oh, buy it. You've got a job, so you can afford to spend God knows how much money on these overpriced crappy products that, tend to smell really freaking strong and chemically and absolutely gross anyway. And it's just so freaking, the projection, the rudeness, this is somebody who just is making their money that way and then they're going out, get a job, you bum, to someone. I mean, come on. Well, that's it for this episode of r/anti-MLM. I know that we have a lot of fun on this channel, but do watch out for your loved ones if they are the kind to get sucked in by these vulture companies. And as I say at the end of every episode, if you enjoyed hearing from this episode, well, from this subreddit rather, or would like to hear from any other subreddit, then do let me know in the comments. And until then, I'll see you all next time.